I actually have quite a few tape measures, so I want to rank the tape measures that I have. And the first step of this process is I'm going to introduce you to all my tape measures, such as this one. This is my Ace 12-foot tape measure. Alongside that one, I have this Zabaki tape measure. It's a 12-foot long tape measure. I also have this unknown tape measure. I've had this one for years. This is probably my oldest one. I don't know where I got it. I don't even know what size it is. But now for an actual name brand tape measure, I have this Milwaukee Stud 25-foot tape measure. This is my newest tape measure. This is the Diao 25-foot tape measure. Last but not least, bringing up the rear, is my Drill Force 6-foot tape measure. Found out that this one is 16 feet, but here's a size comparison of the rest of them. Now for some key features for each tape measure. The Milwaukee was actually my main tape measure for a while. I actually don't remember buying this, but it's cool because it has a manual lock feature on the bottom where you just keep your finger on it and it keeps your tape measure extended. You don't have to use the actual lock. And then whenever you're done with it, you just let it go. The Dao, as I said before, is my most recent purchase. It also has that manual lock button, and so you can either hold it there or you can flip this, just like the Milwaukee. The Dao also has two sides, each with their own different types of measurements. Metrics on the back, imperial on the front. It's got a white blade, which makes it a little bit easier to see in low light, and it has fractions on it, which is super handy. And it's blue. The previous two were my fancy tape measures. This one is a little bit more basic. This is the Zabaki 25-foot. As you can see, there is no lock button, but you can just hold your finger on it. On the blade, it has both metrics and inches, which is nice. One of the best features about the Zabaki is that the end is magnetic, so you can put it onto something magnetic and it'll hold. But it doesn't have that good of a grip strength. This unknown one I just leave randomly throughout the house just in case I ever need to measure something. Recently it's been in my office, which has another tape measure, so I need to find it a new home. The lock is broken, the blade is slightly bent. Realistically, I don't use it unless I actually have to. The Ace is in a similar boat. I prefer using this one over the unknown one because the lock button actually works. It's a little bit smaller, which is nice. And the tape isn't nearly as bent as the other one, but this one does just have inches. And then the final one is Little Red. I do like this one. It's very compact, and its key features of having its fractions marked is super nice. Yeah, not too bad. So there they are. Now the question is, which one's my favorite, and what are my rankings for the rest? The way I talked it up, it had the most time in the video. You can probably guess that the Dao is my favorite. It's the newest one that I got. It has metrics and inches. I really like the lock button on the bottom. And it's blue, which, as you can see, I just like blue. Starting in last place, kind of saw it coming. It's that unknown one. I still enjoy having it around. I need it every once in a while, so I don't throw it out. In fifth place is that Ace Hardware one. It's very basic. I like having it around because if I drop it or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Right now I have it near my desk just in case I need to measure anything at random. But from here, they only go up. Number 4, Drill Force. I call them Little Red. I like how compact it is. I like using it at work anytime that I do use it at work, which is increasingly rare. It's a little bit more flimsy than the other ones, but just the compactness makes it super convenient to just carry around. Number 3, this may upset some people, but it is the Milwaukee Stud. It's just too big for me. Like, I have big hands, but this guy is just, it's too cumbersome for what I need. Not a bad tape at all. I do actually like it. I liked it for a long time. It was my main tape measure for probably about 6 months. But since then, I've decided that I wanted something a little bit less cumbersome. Number 2 is the Zabaki. It is the best balanced for the one that's not my favorite. It's got a good size to it. It's not too small. It's not too big. The lock still works. The magnets, they could be a little bit better, but I rarely use them anyway. This is a good tape measure. And at number 1, as you know, the Dao. This is the most balanced one. I really enjoy having this one. It's not too big. I like the manual lock on the bottom. Realistically, this is the one that I recommend to people if they're looking for a good, decent tape measure that's not going to break the bank, but also not too generic. This is a good guy. Got it on Amazon. I think it was like 25 bucks. I'm reviewing and ranking tape measures online. I'm such a dad. What's going on with my life?